Oh my God! Is that you, Stacey? Oh my God! What? Oh my God!
Oh my God!
Okay, so I'm Zoe Zen.
Totally, I'm Stacey,
and this is.
What is this?
What? That we were supposed to say it together.
I forgot what it was. And this is.
We've talked about this. Thank you so much for watching our first episode. You guys are amazing. It's so exciting. I have not, those of you from high school, I have not, I'm not on, I mean, I'm on Facebook, but I'm not on it. I haven't really been, my profile's there, but I haven't been active on it. I don't know, in like 3 years.
Yeah, some years.
But it's cool that Stacey has been because, wow, I didn't know how many of you guys were still around and still interested. So that's so cool. And BT Dubs, for all intents and purposes, I have changed my name. It is Zoe Zen. That's all you need to know. Anyways.
There were a couple people who asked because you look exactly the same as you did in high school. And well, I also want to add, I'm so grateful that anybody would spend the time watching all of our silly clips and the half an hour of content that we posted. We got more than the 5 views I anticipated.
Yeah.
And it's just, I'm really, I'm happy to share whatever this thing is that we're doing. And if it makes another person laugh, I'm happy about it. So
yes,
that's how I feel.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know there are people I've kept tabs on, and kind of in the after pandemic haze, I had to stop using social media. It just felt like a lot. And maybe it's because of, the algorithm of my feed was showing me all the political garbage and every possible thing. And then of course, like the beginning of last year, again, like overwhelming. I have a small bald spot that's finally started to grow back right here of all of the hair I plucked out of my head during the stress of the last inauguration.
Yeah.
And now I'm trying to pull from the back of my head.
Oh, shit.
Seriously, though.
Are you serious? You are pulling from the back of your head?
Yes.
Aww.
Like I recognized when this started growing out, and it was this little sprouty area.
Yeah.
And I thought, oh my God, like when you're just sitting on the couch watching the news or something, and you like do this, and all of a sudden you're like, and you're like, okay, that was just one hair, and then you do that like
several times
in a row,
mindlessly.
No, so it was a lot of that. It was just a lot of that. And there's a name for hair pulling, and I don't know if I have trichotillomania, but it was definitely a stress response, and I definitely have a thinning hairline.
Yeah. Do you eat it?
No.
I think that's one of the symptoms of trichotillomania. You don't have to meet that criteria, but...
Would I? Sure.
No.
Nibble on it? I sometimes feel like I'm a total, like I got the gene that makes me a little bit closer to a chimpanzee, where I just want to like, pick nits out of things.
Oh, well, I mean, yeah. It's a self-soothing thing.
Of course. Yeah. It's like when you have a furry, when you have a furry sweater and you just kind of want to sit there and pick the lint off of it, the little balls.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wanted to tell you about, oh shit.
Didn't your aunt call you? Or you talked with your aunt? No, you don't want to tell me that?
No, I do.
Okay.
But
not this moment?
No, I do. I'm trying to put my words together.
Gotcha.
So yesterday I went to my cousin's baby shower, and I was talking to my aunt and my cousin, and I was trying to explain to them, like, what am I doing with my life right now? And that's always the question. You run into somebody you haven't seen in like half a year or a year or whatever. And everybody wants to know, so what's up with you? How is everybody? And what are you doing? And do you still work? Are you still doing this? I'm kind of unemployed, but kind of not. I had this job, now I don't. I've been doing weddings for so long that I was getting a little I was getting a little tired of all of that goddamn happiness.
Indeed.
It's funny. I mean, it's not because of anything in particular. I think it's just doing the same thing over and over, and I constantly try to change what text I'm using. You know, if I'm suggesting a particular author for a reading or something, like I switch that shit up all the time because I don't want to say the same thing over and over and over.
But they don't know. These couples, they
It's
don't.
not about them.
Okay. It's about the officiant. When you get married, it's about the
me.
officiant.
It's totally. And I decided to take a sabbatical. So starting the beginning of this year, I'm no longer taking any clients. I have a glorious free year ahead of me with absolutely no bookings and almost no plans. And I haven't had that for a very, very, very long time.
I mean,
and
yeah.
I mean, because I've had to plan 6 months, a year in advance, and it's always weekends. It's all of my summertime, and I can't believe I did it for as long as I did.
Seriously.
In that way.
Yes. Yeah.
Because it's so much of your own personal time and all the family barbecues and gatherings and birthday parties that I was either late to or had to leave early from or missed entirely. So this is great.
Yeah.
And then the third thing, which I've had a vintage jewelry / making jewelry business on eBay and then on Etsy for about 10 years at least.
You guys, she made this.
I did not make that.
She didn't make this. She made this though.
It's too far away to see.
Okay, anyway.
But it's very sparkly.
I'm proud of her though. She makes amazing stuff.
Well, I love it. And so I'm talking to my cousin and my aunt, and so I'm trying to explain all this, and I'm like, yeah, and my third job, the jewelry thing, for all intents and purposes, I'm not making money from anything right now.
Yet.
Not yet.
Not yet. We're being positive.
Right. And so I said, of course, then I, was helping my friend with this project, and now I sort of became her videographer for these excursions. I'm just trying to live my life and enjoy shit and get away with whatever I'm doing for as long as I can.
Yes.
Before I can't pay my mortgage anymore.
You guys, leave a comment about what you think Stacey should do with her time this year. We would love to hear your ideas.
Mom and Dad, please, I don't need any more suggestions.
Yeah, parents, sorry, you're unincluded.
And what I discovered, knowing my cousin and my aunt are so similar to me. I've always got at least 3 things that I'm participating in, and that helps keep my brain active and not stagnant, because I will go insane if I'm only doing the same thing every day, all the time, in a pattern. It breaks me. It took me a long time to figure that out, that that's not a personality fail. That is actually a genetic trait that is shared by at least my cousin and my aunt, if not others of our immediate family.
Right.
And it's so good to have that recognition.
Yes.
It's a true validation that this is a family shared trait.
Wow. It is nice to see that like a genetic component.
Yeah.
But mostly how creativity and artistry and the need to feel productive in a creative way.
Yeah, it makes a huge difference.
Yeah. So some of you guys might relate to this. I have been corporate 9 to 5, not always 9 to 5, but definitely some kind of 8-hour shift. Very, very brief in a nutshell, my employment history. About, when was it? 2017. November 2017 is when I finally went private practice. I'm a mental health counselor for myself. But before that, I'm not even going to do the math. For over 10 years, 13 years, I worked a salaried job as a mental health counselor, but part of a multidisciplinary team. Yes, I feel like I did get some of my life back when I went private practice. I could finally be my own boss, create my own schedule, but I'm still doing the same thing. And I realized that this year marks 20 years of doing the same job, coming home, making dinner, exercising, watching TV, rinse and repeat. So it wasn't, I think it was February. I can't even remember how I found these. I briefly mentioned it in the first video, but they are called Hanfu. I kind of rushed through that. It's spelled Hanfu. There's several different styles according to the dynasties. But really all it was me putting these on, and thank God for Stacy because she has great like direction. And it's just me flitting about.
It's fantastic
And
and silly.
yes,
And just fun.
Fun. That's the thing. I realized I have not had like real fun. Like fun was reserved for vacation. And when you hope you have fun on vacation, but that's not guaranteed. But how this kind of just morphed into this, and I'm like, I'm still gonna wear this because this is fun. Doing my makeup like this is fun. Why did it take so long for me to figure out I haven't had fun? I need to incorporate fun. And this is how my fun is manifesting.
I think it's fantastic. And there's been some years of getting through divorce and kind of getting settled. And living by yourself is a different experience than living with other people because it's very easy to kind of just chill and go about your day.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. So anyway, I would like to know, those of you who do find yourself in a 9-to-5, that you've been doing the 9-to-5 for who knows how many years, have you let fun escape you? When's the last time you actually, I don't know, like did something that felt invigorating simply because it was fun, because it made you laugh, because it made you happy? And you didn't feel your age. Stacy's really good about accepting our age. That's fantastic. I knew from a young age, I would have a tough time getting old because I don't feel old. I have a 93-year-old grandmother who to this day still tells me she looks in the mirror and she doesn't look the way she feels.
Yeah. I do have existential dread for getting truly old. And the whole
Yeah, I'm listening.
okay. I used to think about dying a lot.
What?
And the people around me dying and the idea of death and what happens to us at death, after death. I was raised Catholic and I rejected that pretty early on. I think I was 7 when I first asked my mom if Santa was really, really real. And when she told me, I immediately like Easter Bunny, Tooth Fairy, Jesus. And she goes, oh no.
Jeez.
Never question that. Oh my gosh.
Equated Jesus with,
of course, God. I was like, God, Jesus. She's like, oh yeah. Never question that. So, it was like, okay, someone's guarding that a little too hard, I think.
Wait a second. I never put that together that Christian faith believers, we've never seen Jesus. We just assume Jesus existed. But just like Santa Claus, you don't really see Santa. Did you know that at least the Santa in the mall was fake?
Yeah.
Okay. So it's like,
we're talking young, right?
Right.
So I don't know at what age do you finally, your parents are like, well, this is just one of Santa's helpers.
Okay.
And that's just acceptable because, you're going through your logic brain at age 6 and you're like, okay, well, obviously Santa can't be in every mall at the same time.
Right.
Somehow he can deliver presents to everyone in the same night at the same time, but he can't be at the mall in every city at a.
That's not one of Santa's magical powers. He can't be omnipresent. But hold on. In this moment, I'm realizing that like you're not supposed to see Santa. Santa flips in and out so quick while you're sleeping. Tooth Fairy comes and you're not supposed to see the Tooth Fairy.
Right.
Easter Bunny, I never really understood the Easter Bunny. What the hell?
It makes less sense than the rest of them, really.
It would make sense that you would lump Jesus into that. These characters, Santa gave you gifts. Tooth Fairy took your money for cash.
Jesus saves your soul.
That's the prize. That's the prize we get from Jesus.
If you believe in Jesus, not only do you get the Easter eggs and the presents, but you also get to not burn in the fires of hell for eternity.
Yeah, but then you in order to get that though, you have to repent from the sin that just lives in you.
Seems pretty easy to me. It doesn't really make that much sense. But from the inside, sure. You know, from the inside of a cult, everything seems to make sense. And of course, there's the time between when I was about 10 and I was like, I'm not going to church anymore with you guys. You're going to go to hell. You're, I don't know, what are the threats? Like, you're going to go to hell and you're offending God. And I don't know what else. I was like, okay.
Did you get the what will people think?
Oh, I don't know. Oh, this reflects badly on us.
Yes.
If we can't get you to go to church with us. And,
Yeah.
I didn't get confirmed. I was just sort of done with all of it. It was a painful experience. And I think one of the things that happened when I was probably in 4th or 5th grade was in the religious education class that, you know, all the kids go and they teach you Bible stories. And I think my question was something about dinosaurs. And I was told that dinosaur bones were put in the earth by God specifically so we would find them and question, and it would test our faith in some way. I
have
can't even
never. Is that what Catholics believe?
I don't think it's what all Catholics believe.
Okay.
But I'm saying it was something that somebody told me, like whoever was teaching that class that particular day. You know,
Yeah.
It's basically like some lady who goes to that church who volunteered to teach catechism. I don't think there's like a special class or anything.
It's not a Catholic belief that God put dinosaur bones in the silt.
I don't think so. I think
It was
there are
this
plenty
lady's
of
belief.
I think there are plenty of, you know, everybody who believes in a religion, you know, you have the people who are the strict word is the word. And so God literally created the earth in 6 days.
Yes.
And so that means when he created the earth, it must have had all the dinosaur bones in it fully formed. Don't ask me. I don't know.
Why just the bones? Why would he make every other creature, you know, completely formed, but be like, nah?
God created the fossil record so that we sinners would be exposed. I don't know. I don't understand. But anyway, I mean, it was that and those sorts of things that were just, I wasn't buying it. So I don't know what my point was about that.
Well, you know, just like, we went from how, you know, fictitious and going to church. One thing you reminded me of this, and I forgot. I was like, ah. So I was raised Pentecostal Christian, and in these more like, very lively, very fundamental, very dance in the Holy Spirit.
Lively is a good good word for it.
Sects of Christian faith. It's very culty in the sense of like only our sect is correct and everyone else is worshiping wrong. They basically have the gist right, but unless they believe the way we do, everyone else is wrong. Which kind of gave me this carte blanche in like kind of poo-pooing Stacy's parents and Stacy. I never even really gave Stacy a chance to tell me if she was Catholic or not, or how Catholic. I just assumed like it didn't matter because he didn't believe the way I did.
Oh, of course. I may as well have been a Hindu or a Zoroastrian.
So anyway, upstairs in her parents' house, upstairs was a picture, two framed pictures of Mary and Jesus.
Yeah.
Right, they were separate in their own frames.
Yeah.
And in Mary's heart, it was a very pretty painting of like white roses.
Anybody who's Catholic will know exactly what you're talking about.
Okay.
It's
And
like
then,
the Sacred Heart of Mary in an 80s style
that makes
portraiture.
sense. That makes sense. And then in the Jesus one, was it his heart?
Sacred Heart of Jesus? I don't know.
Okay.
It's a picture of Jesus with a crown of thorns and a little bit of blood and like probably some sort of hand thing.
But the way it was painted, if you didn't look up close, both pictures, it looked like popcorn and pretzels. So every time I came to this, I'm like, hey, it's popcorn and pretzels.
Yeah. My parents were so offended by that.
I never said it to her parents' face.
You know what? They probably won't even remember this. They'll be like, oh, no, we don't remember that at all. Because they, you get to be, it's been too long. They won't remember. I'm going to ask them about this. I honestly hope that they kind of don't watch these.
Yeah, me too. Would they be offended?
We'll never know. I was thinking about asking my parents if they wanted to come on the show and be interviewed.
What?
And then we could ask them questions about all the crazy things that happened that they won't remember, and my mom will deny it, and
we
then
can't because they would be the butt of our jokes, and that would just be mean.
Well, we could laugh with them.
Could we?
Anyway,
I would give a side eye to the camera.
Maybe not. Okay, maybe not.
I don't know. It gave me some kind of glee that her parents were offended by that.
Oh, I loved it. There was very definitely one section of little joy. There's a little leprechaun leaping with joy inside my heart every time we made fun of that, and I thought my parents heard. Or that I would say something, or I would take them down and replace them with something else, or I'd just hide them.
Oh my God, you hid them? You took them down and hid them?
They're so mad when you mess with their stuff. Now I know where my kids get it from.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
When her son grew taller than her, I think this was during the pandemic. Was it? No, because I didn't come over and visit you during the pandemic. I don't know. Anyway.
I'm sure you did. Why wouldn't you?
Anyways, okay. Stacey's a beast with renovating things. And when I say renovating things, she like stripped her kitchen down to the studs. Mm-hmm. Her 100-year-old, how old is it?
145.
Oh my gosh. She found that on her little side porch area, she found that the windows were kind of rotting. But then she tore down the whole thing. And like built it from the pylons up. My point. Okay. So when she installed her cabinets in the kitchen, little space from the ceiling, from the top of the cabinet to the ceiling. And when I came over, I saw all these empty boxes. Do you remember this?
Oh my God. Yes.
All these empty boxes from like all the way from the fridge. And I'm like, the fuck? Who? And you're like, Jack thinks it's funny.
Yeah. He took all of the recycling and put all the empty boxes up above the kitchen cabinets.
Did he ever get them?
I waited and waited for him to take them down. Mm-hmm. I mean, I told him to do it, and I asked him multiple times, and when something doesn't happen and I have to look at it every day, I'm the one that ends up having to do it because that is just how it goes.
So one time, I took liberties of, being Stacey's friend for decades, and I was helping her clean up her kitchen. Or maybe I was just over there. But anyway, you had told Jack to empty the dishwasher. I think I was at the sink just doing dishes.
Okay, maybe.
Anyway, but I think you told Jack to empty the dishwasher so So there was room to put stuff in the dishwasher.
Mm-hmm.
And Jack was like, I don't want to. When I heard that, and like, I don't talk to Stacy's kid like normal. Like, we don't have conversations. He knows I exist. But when he said that, I looked at him and I was like, so? You looked at me? It didn't matter. He still walked away. He still walked away.
Yeah.
I was like, thank God you're not my son.
Yeah.
And Stacy has a tiny dishwasher. It's like half the size.
It's fun. It's apartment size. Yeah. It's the same height.
But he couldn't empty a tiny dishwasher. Jack.
He could.
He could. He could.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe it's a good thing I was never a parent.
Now. He's fine.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, because this was a while ago.
He doesn't do a lot, but he does something.
Maybe like 5 years ago, if it was during the pandemic.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
How about if you were to go on a dating site right now, how would you describe yourself? What would you write?
Don't fuck with me unless you're ready to fuck me. No.
Hey.
No, it would. Shit. Actually, I think I told you this. Like, so the person that I did marry, way back when, before the dating apps, there was the dating website, and it was Match.com. Match.com was running this special of find your match in 6 months or the next 6 months is free. And I was ready to meet my match. I was looking for women only, went on several dates. I don't know why. I don't know why. I would love to know why, but overwhelmingly, like 90% of my responses were butch Black women. 90%.
Do you have an idea of why that is?
Maybe they have an Asian fetish? I don't know.
Do you think you get fetishized more because you're Asian?
I forget. I mean, now I look very Asian, but I forget that I look Asian. I was raised, I would say, 70% white, 30% Chinese. I had to work at my dad's Chinese restaurant. I guess I had spent so much time on my profile. I mean, like, I treated it like, like a thesis I was turning in, edited it so many times, but it was very much, I'm big into communication. I'm big into radical honesty, and I'm big into people being emotionally mature in the sense of, like, I might have to share something hard, but that as long as I use good communication, the other individual is allowed to manage their emotions around it, blah, blah, blah. At the time, I was 32, I think, 35. Anyways, it doesn't matter. It's 30s. I would say after the 90% butch Black women, there was about 5% senior women. And I'm talking like 55 and above, 60 and above.
Okay.
They reached out to me, and they said, your profile is fantastic. And the fact that you are the age that you are, but you see what needs to be happening in relationships, would you ever be interested in dating an older woman? And I'm like, is that what I need to do in order to date someone that I'm looking for? Yes, come to find out. But no, I told them no. I'm like, thank you for the compliment, but no. I ended up marrying someone that was 11 years younger than me. But this is how it happened, right? So my 6 months ran out, and there was no way to, like, claim this next 6 months free online. I literally had to call. It was so degrading. I literally had to call Match.com and say, so I didn't find my match in 6 months. They made it super easy, though. That's all I had to say. I still remember the person on the other line was very perky. They're like, great, that's okay. We want you to meet your match. The next 6 months is free. I'm like, fantastic, bye. I left my profile alone for a month and a half. I did not look. I didn't try to match with anybody. I was just like, whatever. And then someone contacted me within the next month. And I was like, huh, yeah, maybe, okay. And yeah, and that was the person that I ended up marrying. But you know, it wasn't a perfect match, obviously. So
we all make mistakes.
Like, the whole thing wasn't a mistake.
No,
But there are things I should have picked up on.
sure. I think there's always shit in a relationship that you may not notice immediately, but once everybody kind of settles down and you start acting normal and you're not all like,
Oh,
giddy.
there's an actual term for it.
I know it.
Okay. Did you guys know? Okay. So the term for that giddiness that you feel within, you know, the first couple of years of if you're in it for a couple of years. But anyway.
It's not always a couple of years. Sometimes it's only a couple of months.
That's true. But, okay. No, it's called new relationship energy. You might have heard NRE thrown around. That's what that is.
Mm-hmm.
And it's actually, there's a chemical component to it.
Oh, yeah.
You've got more oxytocin, more dopamine, more serotonin because of love, what love can do, and just
bonding.
Being in love and the bonding, right?
It's like physiological and evolutionarily advantageous for bonding.
Yes, it is.
It's really not about love. It's about bonding and making sure that mammals stay together long enough to mate and procreate.
I'm romantic. Okay. To me, it's about love. I mean, but actually, you know, you're right, because those who do research human relationships and this NRE and, you know, what leads to infidelities and breakups, they say the NRE, the longest it can last is 2 years. And so they say the true test is if you still love your partner in the following year, in the third year.
Ooh, that's good. That's interesting.
Uh-huh.
So 2 years.
And that's the longest it'll last. For the most, I'm guessing NRE runs out on average shorter than that. And so if you're noticing that like a year and a half into the relationship and quirks that you once thought were cute are now like annoying the hell out of you,
yeah,
it's because the NRE disguised it, camouflaged it.
Mm-hmm.
You thought, oh, I'm going to love that little thing that they do. No, it's my line. No. Or it makes you overlook things. So there were a lot of things that I overlooked, but I was like, I'll be fine with that. I was not fine with that. No. Where was I going with this though? That's it. That's the end of the story.
Is it? Okay. What were we talking about before that? There's something you said before that and then said that.
Is this perimenopause?
I swear my memory has gotten even worse. And it wasn't great before.
Mm-hmm. I don't want to believe we're in perimenopause, but most likely we are.
Yeah, all the things I've been reading recently are, if you feel like you are, then you are. It doesn't actually have to have any particular hormone level or blood test that proves it.
Right.
If you are feeling symptoms, then you are.
So stop gaslighting ourselves. It just is.
Yes. If you're in our age group and you've noticed these changes, they're real because they're happening to you.
Did you know it doesn't even have to be our age group? Did you know that it could start happening as soon as 35 or sometime sooner?
I did not know that.
You don't have to be that old to be in perimenopause.
Have I been in perimenopause for 15 years?
Maybe. Do you have hot flashes?
Yes.
I have hot flashes at night and around leading up to my period. This tracker, this thing tells me my temperature will go up 4 degrees during the night.
Whoa.
4 degrees.
I've been sweating like crazy at night. Just uncomfortably hot, and
That's actually really
I
validating
had
to
to
hear
kick the dog away
that I'm
from
not
me.
the only one. I was telling
Yeah.
my sister this. She's like, "What do you do?" And I'm like, "I wake up to go to the bathroom, and by the time I'm done going to the bathroom, because I wake up hot,
Yeah.
but by the time I'm done going to the bathroom, I'm cold because that sweat is drying off of me.
Oh, yeah.
And then I crawl into bed, and the sheets, they're wet.
Ew.
But not like they're not sopping wet. They're
Damn.
like
I know
thank
what
you.
you're talking about.
Exactly, right?
Yeah.
But I am not going to change my sheets in the middle of the night.
No, that's a pain in the ass.
But I basically change out of the t-shirt and panties that I was wearing and put new ones on and climb back into
Oh,
bed.
I've done that. Yeah, absolutely.
I'm not alone.
You're not alone.
Oh my gosh, we need to be talking more about this.
Sometimes I have to wear pants, like cotton pajama pants, to absorb the sweat. Otherwise, my legs are so sweaty that it feels disgusting.
Really?
When my legs touch each other.
And I sleep with a pillow between my legs.
But
so
yeah, or
maybe
you
it's
just
one
like
sweaty
wrap
pillow.
the sheet around one so that it kind of, you
Yes.
dry off.
Oh my gosh.
Sweat in between. Yeah,
Dude.
It's not fun.
Hey, are other women our age? Is this real to you? Please leave a comment. That would be so helpful. I would feel less alone.
Yeah, is everybody kind of going through a very similar thing? And maybe now we should start talking about it.
Yes.
And it's pretty normal. It seems pretty normal.
Well, wait a second. You and I both still have our period, though, right?
Yeah.
Really regularly?
Yeah.
Yep.
And that doesn't have to change.
Right.
That's probably the last thing that will happen.
Is it?
I'm so ignorant of the whole subject. I don't know if that's true.
I was talking about this with a social worker who's, I think she's 10 years older. A social worker that I share my office with. So it's an office suite, so several offices in one suite. And she was asking me about my fibro pain and everything that she was telling me that she was experiencing. I'm like, dude, you should go get it checked out. But then I started asking her, and I got her permission. I'm like, do you mind you're older, can I, ask about your wisdom on menopause? Oh, she was like, she a lot of information. She was so happy to talk about it. And she told me this. I didn't expect this. She's like, be prepared for flooding. I'm like, flooding?
What is that?
She's like, maybe you were regular and then you start to bleed and you bleed a lot, or you stay regular, but your period is insane. And I'm like, oh no.
No.
I know. Right?
No, thank you.
Right. So I haven't experienced that yet, but
get that sucker yeeted.
what sucker? You uterus?
Yeah.
And I'm like, do I want to be the lesbian cat lady living alone?
There's nothing wrong with being a lesbian cat lady living alone.
There isn't.
Can we get you? I am learning.
I'm learning what's my business and what's not my business.
Oh, pretty much nothing is your business. The only feedback I've gotten from my kids is my son, when I told him that Zoe and I are doing a podcast, he was like, that's a terrible idea.
Thanks.
Thanks, kid. Well, it's not for you. It's for me. So good job.
Right.
All right. Well, let's turn this off so they can close up.
All right.
All right. Penis. Testing.